Hi, welcome. Thank you for allowing us to interview you today. Tell us a little about your childhood.
Well, I was born as Joseph DeJustava in Gorey, Georgia. Our family was poor. My father was a shoemaker, and my mother worked as a domestic servant. I was the third born and the only one to survive past infancy. My father was a drunk and a failed artisan, and he moved to the factories when I was young. My mother and I moved in with a priest who ensured that I would get an education as long as my mother worked for him. He taught me to speak Russian.
Did you pursue an education afterwards?
Well, after I graduated, I went to the Tiflis Theological Seminary, where I became involved with the Bolsheviks. My mother wanted me to become a priest, but I began to become involved in politics. We believed in democratic internal hierarchy.
How did the Bolsheviks rise to power?
Well, we believed that the working class should liberate themselves from the higher classes. From there, we could establish a pure Soviet society from equality. We were different from the Mensheviks in that we wanted to change now, but they wanted to wait until Russia was modernized. By the February Revolution, the Tsar was overthrown, and we were exiled from Russia. Our leader, Lenin, returned in 1917. We had a plan promising peace, land, and bread to all the working class. We had a supporter who held power in our government, Leon Trotsky. He helped us rise to power and create the Red Guard, a voluntary army of members of the working class. Lenin wanted to act fast, so he did. We stormed the Winter Palace and seized control of the Soviet Union.
How did you become...
We can just read it.
Yeah.
No,
Cut it out.
we can just, yeah.
How did you become dictator after the Bolsheviks rose to power?
Well, I was next in line for the position. Lenin died in about 1924, and I was named dictator.
What were your main goals as dictator?
My main goal was to create a military superpower to challenge the West and spread communism. I enacted 5-year plans. Each were designed to help us industrialize. The first quadrupled the numbers in community, in construction, transportation, and industry. The second continued the process.
How did World War II affect your 5-year plan?
Well, I wanted to sign a peace treaty with Germany, and I did, to make sure I would have allies during my conquest. Hitler broke that pact, and it was a devastating loss for us, but we pulled through and won the Battle of Stalingrad. After that, we began to assist the Allies against Germany. All of our resources went towards the war, and our 5-year plans ultimately failed because of it.
Thank you for coming. That's all the time we have today. See you next time on the